Hey everyone, Brandon here from TruckSafe. Today we're diving into a topic that every fleet manager and commercial driver needs to understand: preparing for roadside inspections. These checks are a critical part of keeping our roads safe, but they can be stressful if you're not ready. In this video, we're going to walk you through what prompts an inspection, who conducts them, where they happen, the various inspection types, and practical strategies to ace them. So stay tuned and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons below. Roadside inspections aren't just routine. They're a cornerstone of highway safety, authorized under Section 396.9 of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations. They're designed to catch safety issues in commercial motor vehicles and their drivers before they lead to accidents. Every commercial vehicle inspection results in a Driver Vehicle Examination Report, or DVER for short, that details what was checked and any violations found. For fleets, these inspections impact your CSA scores, which can affect FMCSA enforcement actions and even insurance premiums. For drivers, these violations can impact your pre-employment screening program, or PSP for short, record, making it harder to land future jobs. So what gets you flagged for a roadside inspection in the first place? It's not always random. There are specific triggers that officers look for. First up, a high carrier inspection selection system score, or ISS for short, can put you on the radar. The ISS is part of the FMCSA's safety measurement system and scores carriers based on safety performance in areas like hours of service compliance and vehicle maintenance. If your score is above 75, say an 85 for example, because of past maintenance issues, you're more likely to be pulled over at a weigh station or roadside check. Carriers can check their ISS score on the FMCSA's SMS portal and take steps to improve it, like tightening up their maintenance protocols. Other big triggers are visible defects. Officers are trained to spot issues like cracked windshields, broken lights, or worn tires. For example, if your brake lights aren't working, that's a red flag that could lead to a full inspection. Targeted enforcement campaigns also play a role. Take CVSA's International Road Check. It's a 72-hour blitz focusing on specific areas like brake systems. In 2024, over 50,000 commercial vehicles were inspected, with an emphasis on tractor protection systems. Safety blitzes during peak seasons like harvest time can also increase your chances of a stop. Now, random inspections happen too, ensuring broad coverage, and officers often use their discretion. Things like erratic driving or an overloaded truck can catch their eye. Knowing these triggers helps you stay proactive and reduce your risk. All right, let's talk about who's conducting these inspections. You'll typically encounter special agents of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration or state law enforcement officers certified by the FMCSA. These inspectors, often from state police or highway patrol, are specially trained in FMCSA regulations, vehicle mechanics, and driver credentials. Many are trained by the Commercial Vehicle Safety Alliance, or CVSA, which sets standards like the North American out-of-service criteria for serious violations. A quick tip that seems like it should go without saying: always approach these interactions with law enforcement professionally. Stay calm and cooperative. It can make the process a lot smoother. Inspections can happen in a variety of places, reflecting the broad authority authorized officers have to stop and inspect commercial vehicles. Weigh stations are a common spot where officers check weight, credentials, and equipment. Roadside pullovers on highway shoulders often stem from visible violations or random checks. Ports of entry at state or national borders ensure compliance for cross-jurisdictional travel. And temporary inspection sites pop up during safety blitzes or busy travel periods. Simply stated, whether you're operating commercial vehicles in interstate or intrastate commerce, you need to be ready for an inspection at any time. The CVSA defines 8 levels of roadside inspections, each with a different focus depending on the officer's goals and time. The most thorough is the Level 1 North American Standard Inspection, which covers both the driver and the vehicle. Officers check your license, medical card, hours of service records, and the vehicle's brakes, tires, and lights, to name a few. Everything gets scrutinized. These inspections take about 45 to 60 minutes on average, and it's common at weigh stations. Level 2 is a walk-around inspection. Less intensive, but still looking at driver credentials and visible vehicle parts, wrapping up usually in around 30 to 45 minutes. Level 3 focuses solely on the driver. Think licenses and hours of service records, typically in about 15 to 30 minutes. Level 5 is vehicle only, often when the truck is stationary, taking around 30 minutes. Now, there are other levels too, like level 6 for radioactive materials, but the first 4 levels are the ones you'll likely encounter most often. The inspection level is noted on your DVER, so you'll know exactly what was checked. All right, let's walk through what happens during a roadside inspection. It typically starts when an officer signals you to pull over, maybe at a way station or on the highway shoulder, often due to a visible issue or high ISS score. The officer will introduce themselves, explain the inspection's purpose, and tell you the level they're conducting. They'll ask for documents like your license, med card, and hours of service records, possibly asking you to transfer your ELD data and asking about your recent work activities to verify compliance. If the vehicle's being inspected, they'll check components like brakes, tires, and cargo securement, paying close attention to hazmat if it applies. Any violations get noted, and the serious ones might lead to an out-of-service order, meaning you can't move until the issue is fixed. Once done, the officer completes the DVER, gives you a copy, and explains the results, whether you're good to go or need to address violations. Again, the process can take anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, but having organized records and a compliant truck can really speed things up. Having the right documents is key to a smooth inspection. Officers need to verify your compliance with FMCSA and state regulations as applicable. So you'll need to present your commercial driver's license with any necessary endorsements if applicable, your medical examiner certificate to prove you're fit to drive, and your hours of service records, whether from an ELD or paper logs if you're ELD exempt, showing you're within rules like the 11-hour driving limit. And drivers running ELDs should know how to transfer their logs electronically. It varies by device, so make sure you're trained on yours. You'll also need vehicle registration, proof of insurance, a bill of lading for cargo details, and periodic inspection report or sticker showing your vehicle has passed the annual inspection. For interstate operations and larger trucks, don't forget IFTA and IRP documents, plus hazmat permits if applicable. Keep everything organized in a binder or digitally, and check expiration dates to avoid violations. All right, what happens after an inspection? Well, if you pass with no violations, you're free to go, and the carrier's CSA scores and the driver's PSP records stay clean. Just keep the DVER on file for 12 months as required. If there are violations but nothing serious enough for an out-of-service order, they'll be noted on the DVER and uploaded to the FMCSA's Motor Carrier Management Information System, affecting the carrier's CSA scores and the driver's PSP record. Carriers have to certify corrections to the violations within 15 days and send the signed DVER back to the agency that issued it. Serious violations, per CVSA's out-of-service criteria, lead to an out-of-service order, like being over your allowable hours or having a flat tire. You can't move until it's fixed, and it'll hit the carrier's CSA scores hard. Officers might also issue state citations, which could mean fines or court appearances, separate from FMCSA violations. Even minor violations impact your record, so address them to avoid repeats. Carriers and drivers can challenge violations using the FMCSA's data queues system. Check our previous videos for tips on that process. Okay, so let's wrap things up with some practical strategies to prepare for an inspection. Fleets build a robust safety program with policies for maintenance, driver training, and document management, among other things. Drivers, make sure you're performing thorough pre-trip inspections to detect issues early and keep detailed records. Fleets should monitor hours of service compliance with ELDs if applicable, and drivers should understand how to utilize those devices and transfer logs to law enforcement upon request. Keep your documents organized and current, and always stay professional with the officers. Both fleets and drivers should understand CVSA's out-of-service criteria and the types of violations that are most likely to cause problems roadside. All right, that's it for today's video on preparing for roadside inspections. We hope these insights help you navigate your next check with confidence and keep your fleet compliant. If you want to dive deeper into FMCSA regulations like this, head over to trucksafeacademy.com for our online compliance courses for safety managers and for drivers. Need an easier way to navigate the federal rules? Check out eRegs at eregs.app. It's the first app-based version of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations, built to help you stay on top of compliance. And don't miss our newsletter at trucksafe.com/subscribe, or follow us on our various social media pages for the latest highway transportation news and analysis. Thanks for watching.